I think Santa Ana is a very culturally rich community. There's a lot of traditions, there's lots of values there. I think partly because it's mostly an immigrant, Spanish-speaking, very young community in Santa Ana.
Being a student or youth in Santa Ana, it's really a great time. It makes me feel like I'm a part of something bigger.
We live in a community that is now, I think, more open than ever. We have the most cultural centers that I've ever seen.
And I just think that if you go to any cultural event that happens there, I mean, it's just full of life, and I just feel like it's the gem in Orange County that people don't know about. But the fact that we have a high undocumented community in Santa Ana, I mean, there are some challenges to that. However, they do have a voice and it does count.
Santa Ana is a large city with over 350,000 people, and it's about 87% Latino. So there is an important segment of the population that does not have the proper immigration documents and therefore cannot obtain a driver's license.
At one point, undocumented immigrants were able to get a driver's license, but that changed on the state level. And so now you do have folks that may have a driver's license, which is now expired, and they may be undocumented, and you have folks that don't have a driver's license at all, which are undocumented. Driving under the influence is a big concern in our city, as it is in any city. And one of the ways to combat that is DUI enforcement through checkpoints.
We're screening for DUI and intoxicated drivers. We also have a duty to check if they're properly licensed to drive in the state of California.
People who were not driving with a license were being stopped, and since they didn't have a license, their car would be impounded. Members of the community were being caught in this predicament. These DUI checkpoints were creating this cascade of consequences that ultimately affect the economics of the family and the economics of the community. We live in Southern California, where you depend on a car for survival. That's how you get to work, that's how you go to school, that's how you go to get your groceries. Because of the seriousness of this issue, people came together, started talking and organizing.
La mesa directiva de OCO. OCO is Orange County Congregations Community Organization. So I went to one of my local organizing meetings and I started talking to the other leaders. I wanted to know more. I wanted to see how can we help.
Yo fui una de las personas afectadas de que también me quitaron mi auto. Yo fui y traté de sacar mi carro. Me cobraron $1,000 en el lugar donde me lo pusieron. Me fui a la policía, otros $1,000 para firmarme para sacar el carro.
Many of the families had cars whose value didn't even amount to what the fee they had to pay to get them back.
Those $3,000 is rent, is food, is medication, is gas.
Pero que se cumpla una política justa, que los retenes sean solamente para personas que están manejando bajo la influencia y no para la clase trabajadora, que solamente por carecer de una licencia les quiten su auto.
There were diverse groups that came together. There is the May Day Coalition. There was OCO with also ACLU at the table, and they started formalizing this local campaign and engaging our police department, our city council members.
El propósito de esta junta es compartir las actualizaciones sobre la ley de remolcamientos y planear para la Junta de Seguridad Pública.
You know, when we first sat down, I think we were expecting resistance from the Santa Ana Police Department. So I think we were surprised that there was definitely some sympathy and understanding.
We look at taking anybody's property as a serious intrusion, and there's a spirit of the law and the letter of the law. The state of California, it gives officers discretion. While you certainly can, as a police officer, impound every single vehicle, we think we need to follow the spirit of the law.
If they have a licensed driver with them, or they can have one at the location in a reasonable amount of time, we'll try to make those allowances so that we may not always have to impound the vehicle.
Vamos a tener posiblemente un medio de 25 minutos para que la persona llame o alguien que tenga licencia, que esté bien, que venga a levantar el carro.
I know for a lot of people think that 30 minutes is nothing, but it's great. People can get back to work, people can go to the doctor, kids can go to school. So this, for us, for Oco, for our community in Santa Ana, it was victory. It was tears in your eyes, but at the same time, happiness, because people are able to drive.
There was a lot of things that came together at the same time that showed us that working in collaboration really makes a difference.
You had those unlikely partners coming together that would ultimately result in a solution that they could live with.
Estamos todos unidos por una misma causa y esta es una victoria de las muchas que tenemos que ganar.
What will make Santa Ana a healthier place in 5 years than what it is now is going to be that ongoing collaboration between members of the community, members of public agencies, and that we're all really trying for the same goals.
They're doing it because they care and they want to see a change in their community, and that's very powerful, and I think that's where I feel the magic happens.
You can really dream big and actually accomplish big things when you're working together. If this was possible, then what else is possible?
We can learn from the model that grew, and it can be refined, can be improved, and be one of the models that we can be using not only in Santa Ana, but in other communities.